episode is proudly sponsored by Champs Boxing Store and Livy's Power Boxing in association with the British and Irish Boxing Authority. Now let's get behind the bell. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Behind the Bell. As my ever joined by Matt. Hi Matt, how you doing, mate?
How's it going, mate? You all right?
Yeah, so as you can see from the title, we're here today to talk about the future of Behind the Bell. So, announcement-wise, this is my second to last episode in front of the camera and stuff like that, because there's loads of things popping up that we can't really discuss at the moment, but it means that Behind the Bell is going to get busier, and as people are aware of my situation, I've got a lot of stuff going on at home and I've got to work full time and I haven't really got the time to produce a weekly content show that you guys deserve and that you guys have come to know over the last 5 months. But just end up putting out rubbish and it wouldn't be fair. So what I'm doing, I'm stepping back. Matt, you and the team are going to take over, aren't you?
Yes, mate. Yeah, we're going to take over. Lee, you have been absolutely bloody amazing. You're still going to be in the background. You're still going to be.
100%.
You're still going to be here with us, joining the journey, and it'll all add up eventually on why, ifs, whens, whats, what, buts, whatever, and everyone's gonna reap the reward of it, even the viewers, because we're gonna eventually have some good content coming over.
Yeah, I'm really excited for what's happening in the future, and I just want to say it's been a great 5 months. We started this little project in August as a bit of a hobby, and then we've ended up. Our first guest was Archie. He's one of the Archie Sharp. He's fighting in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And then we ended up linking up with Checkmate Promotions and going up to Coventry a couple of times and seeing all the workings of a boxing show and stuff. And it's opened my eyes up to a lot of things, which I didn't realise it was going to be. I just thought it was just going to be me and you jump on the camera once a week, have a chat about what we just watched at the weekend, and that'd be it. But the door it's opening has been really, really eye-opening. But like I said, with what's going on in that, and it's hard for me because as my famous catchphrase is on this show, is I'm just a casual fan. It's hard to put a load of effort into when you've got a load of shit going on elsewhere into something that you're not passionate about.
Yeah, like it's a tough and hard game to keep up with.
Yeah.
We also obviously look at the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Like, we might touch on that in a minute. But yeah, it's a very hard, tough game, especially if it's not your passion. Also, you've got things in your private life happening. Like, it's very hard to keep up to date, understand it, watch it, and also have an opinion on it when you're not fully. Oh, listen, the amount of times I've fallen in love out of boxing, and then a fat has found my love again. It's untold, loads.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you're saying, like we used to sit here and have a chat about things, or we'd have guests on, and they mention fights or fighters I've not even heard of or ever seen, and then I'm bullshitting on like, oh yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, what anyone's talking about, and then we'd get off an episode and I'd text you or ring you up back, or when you come over and I'd be like, what was that about? So it's just not fair. It's better for me to be able to hand it over to a group of people that are passionate about boxing and know their stuff, and like you just sit back and reap the rewards and watch it grow. We've took it together. I think we've took it as far as we can take it for what it meant to be as a start off with. Yeah. And there's so much more it could grow into. And I think if I stayed on, I would hold that back. Right. And that's not fair on none of us, because like obviously we done this together. We've sort of hit a stale point at the moment.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree to an extent. You personally, yes, you are a casual fan. But on the you're the production man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's time consuming of it all.
yeah, it's very time consuming. It's probably more time, or is more time producing than what it is talking boxing.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of it's just priorities that we all have families, we all have private lives, we all have our things behind the scenes, and sometimes that's got to take priority. I totally understand that. But me, like I said, Lee is behind the scenes. He is with the team still, and we will always look after our very own Casual Lee.
So, like you said, we had a bit of boxing over the weekend.
Yes.
The return of Mr. Joshua. This is one fight I did watch, because I always watch AJ. But it weren't a great performance, was it?
Do you know what? I've been sitting here thinking about it, and
is it what he needed for his comeback? Was it the right? Because he's got his 12 rounds in. He's worked on what he's working on with the new coach. He didn't get hurt.
Did get hurt, to be fair. I just think it was a catch-22 situation on where he needed to have this spectacular knockout win for him to make a statement of going, right, Fury, right, Usyk, right, Wilder, I'm here. But also at the same time, the 12-rounder is probably is what he needed to work on the things. Now, Jermaine Franklin ain't no fool.
No.
He ain't no fool. He's not a journeyman. He's out there. He brings a game, and I just think Jermaine's game plan was wrong. It was literally one shot, and every time he threw it, it worked, and it put Joshua not in trouble, but got Joshua thinking again. And that was the overhand right, but he was like leaning over and throwing his weight into it over the top. And yeah, I just think Jermaine's game plan was wrong. I think the frustration got on top of him. And yeah, I just think for Joshua, it's a catch-22 situation where he needed that spectacular win, but also the 12 rounds would probably be good for him in the future of testing things out with his new trainer.
And do you think the little altercation after the bell, that was just frustration from Joshua that he knew he'd underperformed? Because it seemed like he instigated that.
Oh,
he
100% instigated. I watched an interview today with Jermaine Franklin, and apparently during a fight, I was having a few words here and there. Now, this is what I don't like about Joshua. And I was talking to someone yesterday, and he said something which really made sense. The amount of pressure that Joshua's been put under to be this next best thing, like, it's enough to do anyone's head in.
Exactly.
And the past two fights of Joshua, I'm concerned about him in a way. Like, I think this has all got a bit too much, maybe.
Yeah. It's enough pressure on anyone to sort of, when you're at your top, everyone loves you, and you're the greatest thing, you lose, and then everyone hates you and criticises you, and then you're under pressure to perform well so you can get back to that top. It's just so much.
Yeah.
And then, I can see why, and it can take its toll on someone. And that's the thing as well, I think. Like, a lot of people look at the boxers as just punch bags, really. They're going for entertainment to get beaten up. But there's a human being in that thing as well. and they go through emotions like all of us, and we've got to sit back and think, could we handle that pressure?
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Like the thing is, when I was winning, when I won fights, again, like you say, everyone wanted you. Everyone was jumping on the bandwagon, and then when you lost, everyone went quiet. Everyone didn't want to know you, and it's a very cutthroat business. Like I said, boxing's not a sport; it's a business,
Yeah.
and it's a very cutthroat business. It's you've got to tread really carefully. And what advice I would give to up and coming fighters and or in the amateurs is conduct yourself properly.
Yeah.
Conduct yourself properly, be humble in victory or defeat, and you will still have them people following you. If you behave in not a great manner and things like that the weekend, the like it turns people the other way.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, we're all role models. We're all the younger generation are all watching us, and we need to show them the right road instead of losing your head in when you've been defeated or even like that the other night. You're going, well, you've definitely won the fight, but you still want to behave like that, like a bit like a bully, really.
Exactly.
And you're showing the children that that's okay to do. And I just don't agree with that. I really don't agree with that. Boxing is a don't look like it, but it's a very humble and gentleman's sport. It's very you'll shake hands after a boxing bout and go and see them, go and have something to eat with them, drink with them, whatever. But it's nothing personal, or hardly any of it's anything personal. And I just think Joshua's actions again the weekend has just sort of slightly let him down a bit.
No, I totally agree. It's like you said, he's a role model to people, and just to show you can be a bully, he's not a great look to show.
No.
Like you've won the fight as well. Like maybe a bit understanding because everyone said it was a career defining moment. If he'd lost, that's it, he would have had to retire. So if he had lost, maybe you would have understood it more than the fact that he won and still done it. Just doesn't.
Yeah, but even if you don't win, you shouldn't be behaving like that anyway.
Oh no, I agree. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying it's more understandable or more forgivable.
Yeah, you sort of half get it, but yeah, no, I don't really. I didn't like that. To be honest, I didn't really rate the show very much.
No,
I didn't. I didn't rate the show very much. Galal Yafai boxed really well. His footwork was really good. Yeah, so hopefully some nice big things coming to him next. Lee Wood and Mauricio Lara got announced. Really looking forward to that fight. Yeah, so we'll just see what Eddie pans out. But I just feel he took his foot off the pedal a little bit now.
Yeah, I just think that night was all just aimed at Joshua. So if he put exciting fights on the card that would have outshone Joshua, I don't think it would have been a good look.
No.
I don't think it was a great card, but I think it was on purpose. Sometimes they just build events around main events, and I think that was one of the nights just built around the main event.
Yeah. But no, we'll see what's next for Joshua. But I don't know what's going to happen next. To be honest, the fight that probably would have been good for him was Dillian Whyte again. But he dismissed that. So I don't know, mate. I really don't know. Just see what happens.
I don't think he's ready to fight a Fury or a Wilder, so I think it's going to end up being Dillian.
See, but then he dismissed Dillian.
Yeah, I know he dismissed him, but I think there's no other route. It's either fight Dillian or you're not fighting him. So I don't think the fans won't be. I don't even think the fans would be happy with a Dillian Whyte fight, but anyone lower than Dillian, I don't think the fans would be happy with.
No.
don't think Fury's going to accept that at the moment because I don't think the money's there.
No.
Until they can get to Saudi at the end of the year. And I don't see why. I think Wilder wouldn't want to fight Joshua after that performance because I don't know, Wilder might, because he's sort of just come back and only had one fight since he's come back, so that might
maybe. But I think Wilder, if Joshua's fought the same as the weekend, I think Wilder beats him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think he needs to be saying Joshua needs to pull the finger out of the bag to beat Wilder. Wilder's beatable, but you need to be better than that.
Exactly. Well, Matt, that was the weekend. Thank you for our last sort of sit down, because the next week, as you've said before with Limited Power, it's all about giving back. And what you've been doing lately is giving back your time to an amateur club. And I am coming along with a camera to find out exactly what you do at the amateur club. So that will be my final episode next week. So thank you very much for our last sit down. Thank you very much for the last 5 months. We formed a great friendship that's going to continue on. And I really look forward to see the direction the channel's heading in. So until next week, Matt, take it easy.
See you later.
Well, I'm going to press the record button. Stop recording now. Well, fuck that's over, you prick. I ain't got to speak to you no more.
Lee, mate, you're still recording, bro.
Oh, shit.
Right, I'm gonna ring you.
Yeah. Right, I'll catch you later, mate.
See you later, mate. Bye-bye.